All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Replacing Russ, and this one's going to be a bit of a longer episode here, and I'll tell you why. As we saw in the last episode, Philip Holcomb dislocated his elbow. He is out for 4 weeks. There's only 3 weeks left in the season, so you do the math there. This man is out for the year. That means we're going to get right into the offseason stuff. I'm tired of waiting. Jerry Jeudy, as you can see, foot fracture has been out for a couple weeks as well. Does not matter. Regardless, here's what we're going to do. We've already signed some players back. Okay, let's look at our contract situation here. We just signed, let's go position by position. We have Holcomb. We obviously need to get rid of Russ. We might re-sign Javonte Williams, but I'm not confident in that because we just simply don't have the money. Jerry Jeudy's likely not going to re-sign. Who have we re-signed? We're probably not going to roll with this Hainsley guy. Hainsley's going to go. I think we re-signed Quinn Meinertz, so we locked down our right guard. We do have Chris Milner, who we drafted. We have Jermichael Pitts as well. A couple other guys we re-signed. I'm trying to think here. We re-signed Baron Browning. Baron Browning got a new contract, 4 years, $19.5 million. Wanted to keep him around. Justin Simmons got a new contract, 5 years, $84 million. Trying to keep that safety spot solidified. Could target a strong safety. Not honestly great at that position right now. J.L. Skinner's got some developing to do. Regardless, we don't play defense. We only care about Philip Holcomb and his weapons. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to advance to the end of the regular season. We're going to sim to the playoffs because there's nothing we can do. Philip Holcomb is out. While we're simming here, though, just go ahead and give me a follow. I'm going to stream some more on Twitch here coming up. So hit me up there for sure. I have my WWML Madden League that I sim quite often. We're in the off-season there, so probably be simming some off-season stuff or streaming some off-season stuff in the coming week. So yeah, anyways, here we go. Did we get a weekly award in the last week when I wasn't even playing? Yes, we did. Drew Sanders, former Rookie of the Year. As you can see, rookie quarterback Amani Huff for the Rams gets Player of the Week. Guy that we did not end up drafting. He was taken before Philip Holcomb. Let's do our player upgrades here. Let's see. We have a lot of them. We'll upgrade Javonte, keep him as a power back. He's just going to truck people, and it's going to be awesome. The rest of these, I'm just going to auto-update. I don't really care to update the specifics of these players when we're not using half of them anyway. So here we go. We're at the playoffs. Let's check out the playoff bracket real quick just for fun's sake here. The Bears sim so well. It's crazy. Justin Fields and the Bears, 3 seed in the NFC. Pretty standard stuff. The Eagles as a 7 seed is kind of wild. Eagles and Chiefs as a 7 seed is kind of wild. That's a great first round matchup. Dolphins, Chiefs, which I believe is a real life matchup next week or the week after. I don't know. They're playing in Germany upcoming here pretty soon in real life. Regardless, that's the playoff bracket. Nothing too crazy there. Obviously, we weren't a part of it. We're in the middle of a rebuild. However, I don't know if you guys see that. Week 18, we beat the Chiefs 37-31, ending the streak. I know last episode we tried to end the streak with Philip Holcomb. Turns out Russell Wilson was that guy. To end the streak 37-31. Let's check out the stats from the year, specifically with Philip Holcomb. Philip Holcomb completed 56% of his passes, 30 touchdowns to only 19 interceptions, averaging 266 yards per game. He threw 3,700 passing yards. Javonte Williams, 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns. Really good year. Cortland Sutton, 63 for 1,250 and 6 touchdowns. Mims had 46 for 676 and 6. Jerry Jeudy, 646 and 10 despite battling injury. Simi Feheko had 604 yards and 6 touchdowns. Terrace Marshall, almost 400 yards and a touchdown. Greg Dulcich, 447 and 4. So, overall, pretty good year. We had touchdowns from, it looks like, 8 different people in the passing game, so that's pretty cool. rookie Bronson Geathers, who we kind of replaced with Jody Fortson. But we won't be re-signing Jody Fortson, so Bronson Geathers will be featured a lot more next year. As for our starting center for next year, I think Alex Forsyth is going to be the guy. He did not allow a single sack. He only played 13 downs, but regardless, Ben Powers, JaMychal Pitts, Garrett Bowles, Mike McGlinchey still not the best at not allowing sacks. Drew Sanders led again with 134 tackles. Excuse me. DJ Jones, 8 tackles for loss. Drew Sanders and Pat Surtain each had 3 picks. That's leading the team. Not ideal. Pat Surtain forced 2 fumbles, though. Alright, that's pretty much the stats here. I did want to look at the yearly awards to see how close we came, as Patrick Mahomes gets named MVP as the 7th seed. That makes no sense when Lamar Jackson and the Ravens were the 1 seed, but hey, what are we going to do about it? Javonte Williams, 9th on Offensive Player of the Year. Drew Sanders, 7th on Defensive Player of the Year. Philip Holcomb's actually going to finish 4th in Offensive Rookie of the Year, and that's not even being able to play the entire season. Only 13 games, I believe, from Philip Holcomb. So, really good year for Philip Holcomb. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we don't have anybody. Philip Holcomb, 9th best QB in the AFC already, beating Mac Jones. Javonte Williams, 7th best running back. Let's see, Cortland Sutton, 7th best receiver. We got Ben Powers, 9th best offensive lineman. Nobody on the defensive line. That doesn't surprise me. Drew Sanders, 8th best linebacker. Nobody on DB. Kicker, nobody. And that is it. So, let's get right into the offseason stuff. I have kind of highlighted the entire season. You guys know it if you've watched. Definitely excited for next year. Excited for the next... Oh, I did not mean to click playoff bracket. I didn't know you could go down farther than that. Come on. God, the menus in this game are just so absolutely slow. Alright, so who won? Real quick. Oh, good, the Chiefs lost. Love that. Chargers ended up beating the Bengals. Bears and Giants for a trip to the NFC Championship game. That's kind of wild. That's unlike anything that's happening in real life right now. One more time. Ravens, Chargers, Bears, Cowboys. Nothing for us to do at the moment. So we're going to the Pro Bowl. Let's see if we got any Pro Bowlers. Real quick, who will be representing in the Super Bowl? It is the Cowboys and the Ravens. The 1 seeds go at it. Let's check out the Pro Bowl roster here. For the AFC, did we get anybody on the Pro Bowl? Nobody on offense. Nope, that's not Justin Simmons. That's Jeffrey Simmons. There he is, Drew Sanders. MLB 1, baby, on the Pro Bowl list. Let's go. Love to see that. Anybody else make the Pro Bowl from our team? No, they did not. Drew Sanders has been the best player in this entire season for us. He won Defensive Rookie of the Year last year. Starting middle linebacker in the Pro Bowl this year. Very cool stuff. Love to see it. We're only working with about $10 million in cap here, so I will probably be cutting Russell Wilson, I think. We already checked out the yearly awards, so no need to do that. Let's get right into who won the Super Bowl. 59. Super Bowl 59. Can we win Super Bowl 60? That's the goal. All right. Here is the season recap. Ravens win the Super Bowl on the back of Lamar Jackson, who should have won MVP, yet Mahomes won it. Looks like Rookie of the Year, Imani Huff from the Rams, and the Packers strong safety, J.D. Murphy is your Defensive Rookie of the Year. Who retired? Anybody from the Denver Broncos retire? Let's check it out. Nobody retired. Nobody position changed. Alright. Nobody on our team retired. That's all we care about. Let's get into upgrading these players real quick. We'll just skip them. They did Brandon Johnson so dirty with his rating in this game. He's much better than a 62. He's like 84 speed or something. It's kind of insane. All right. To the re-signed players. I'll kind of show you what I mean here. We've already went through these contracts for the most part. The re-sign interest is very low. Javonte Williams wants no part of coming back. Jerry Jeudy, very minimal. Terrace Marshall, absolutely no shot of coming back. Caden Stearns doesn't want to be back. Robert Hainsey is not coming back. Jonathan Cooper could come back, but we don't really need him to. Garrett Bowles we're going to get rid of. We're going to go for a left tackle. DJ Jones is going to be gone as well. We're also losing Samaje Perine, Jody Fortson, Jarrett Stidham, Chris Manhertz, Jamie Collins, Riley Dixon, and James McCourt. Although I do want to bring James McCourt back, I think. Let's see if I can get him a little cheaper. We did not. That is okay. All right, so we're going to move into the option with $23 million in cap space here. Let's go ahead and get into stage 1 here. Actually, we can check out mock draft 3 real quick. Mock draft 3 has us taking Jose Rogers as speed rusher at number 3 overall. Now, I might look to trade down because wide receiver is going to be one of our biggest needs, to be quite honest with you. I don't know where the wide receivers are in this class, but we're going to have to probably make some trades to move down the board. And the reason I say that is because we want guys like these wide receivers here, like JT Booth, who we're looking at. I would like to see his physicals here once we get to the combine because he has great to elite speed, great to elite strength. He's 6'5", 217. Absolutely love this guy. We talked about him earlier. Big fan. We're going to try to get JT Booth, I think. Some way, somehow. But let's get into free agency here. What we might have to do. Let's check out the combine results. But we might have to restructure some contracts while we are thinking about it. So this is all I care about. I want to go see the wide receivers. I want to see JT Booth. What did he run? Oh my God, he ran a 4.39. Okay, so just great speed. Not elite speed, but he has elite jumping, which is nice. Elite strength as well. He has great strength, but 22 bench reps, first for wide receivers. We really like that. We also have Patrick Hooker here, who ran a 4.46. Let's see, Jerry McLeod here, a 4.42. Perry Crowder, another 6'4" physical receiver with a 4.53, probably going to stay away. Jabari Dotson ran a 4.45. Who's the first wide receiver on the board? Dorian Parham ran a 4.52. Yikes. Okay, so it looks like JT Booth is the guy that I want to go with. Of these guys, he's probably top on our board. That is a very fast receiver, though. Trevor Robinson, what's his scouting report look like? 21 years old, Oregon State. He doesn't really have very good catching or skills. Don't love that. Wow. Connor Addison ran a 4.24. All right, we may be looking to make some moves at wide receiver. Connor Addison, interesting guy, 5'11", 177, projected second or third round. I'm going to try to find who the fastest wide receiver is. Because he was the second fastest at a 4.24. Del Camp, 6'5", 230, 4.46. Interesting prospect here. Derek Weston, he's not the fastest. What about Jose? Third fastest, Joe Ferguson from Eastern Michigan. Come on, who's the fastest? All right, there we go. Manu Duarte. Wow, elite acceleration, elite agility, elite change of direction, elite jumping, and elite speed. Okay, we're going to put this Manu Duarte guy on our big board. So we want, okay, so right now we have JT Booth as number 1. We like Connor Addison a little bit later. We like Del Camp. He's really big. And then we got Manu Duarte here. Let's see if this guy from Bethune-Cookman is the fastest in the class. Did not participate in the combine, so we would not know. Only looking at speed here. I want to get Booth, and I also want to get the fastest guy in this class, whoever that is. Sean Dockery, what a name. Dylan Watson, not him. Devontae Graham, shout out. Kansas basketball. Derek Boyle, 435. Maybe this guy. Nope. All right, someone's going to have to run it, I believe. Shamir Galloway. No, that's a 4.65. That's one of the slowest times I've ever seen as a wide receiver. Who's running that fastest time here? That is all the people, so I have no idea who ran the fastest time, because it did not say. I didn't get a single guy that was number 1 on the list, unless I missed it, which I don't know how that would be possible. I mean, I guess there's just, I don't know. I don't know why there was nobody. Doesn't matter. Okay, so JT Booth is our guy. We got a couple other guys in there as well. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, so here's what we're going to want to do. Let's take a look at our roster here. Specifically curious about Russell Wilson. We only saved $3 million by cutting him, and we will eat a large penalty. I might as well just leave him on the roster, I think, for now. Our running backs are actually Rasheem Blackshear and Tyler Beatty. That's it. Our receivers are looking weak as well, but we are going to try to get JT Booth. Could use an upgrade at tight end. Don't currently have a left tackle on the roster, although the rest of our offensive line is fairly solidified. We can have an open competition at center between Chris Milner and Alex Forsyth. And then, yeah, right tackle, we still have Mike McGlinchey, and we're developing Jermichael Pitts, right? Jermichael Pitts is going to take over as soon as we can get rid of Mike McGlinchey, who's just 30 years old already. Really bad defensive line. We have Zach Allen, but we still need some upgrades there. We took a couple late-round guys last year. Javon Kinlaw is our only D tackle. Kaliko Wall, who has pretty good upside, I believe. Yeah, he's star development. Just got to keep developing him. Try to get him to a point where he'll be good. Drew Sanders, our only middle linebacker on the roster. We did re-sign Baron Browning, have Nick Benito. Our corners are actually looking okay. I don't want to make too many moves at corner. I think we're kind of fine there. I don't love it, but I mean, we could definitely use an upgrade. But Jacoby Arrington was our first round pick last year. He has star development, and he's been playing pretty well. So nothing crazy. Went and got a veteran in Cam Sutton, who we're actually going to cut here and save some money. We are actually going to see if we might make some trades here in the offseason real quick before we jump into anything. Justin Simmons is back. We probably get rid of Brandon Hill. I don't think he's really part of the team's future. Although he does have 91 speed and he can play special teams, so not really that interested in replacing him. JL Skinner actually is playing down to a 69. We don't have a kicker and punter on the roster, and we don't have a second round pick. So lots of things to consider here when picking inside the top 5. Let's see if we can do the Trade Center Trade Finder and see if we can move on from a couple guys here. First off, let's see if we can, if Russell Wilson can be moved for anything and what that looks like. Yeah, nobody wanted to trade for Russell Wilson. Totally understand that. Who are we looking at as well? Nobody there. We could look at Mike McGlinchey if we want to just kind of rebuild the entire offensive line. Let's see what someone will give us for Mike McGlinchey. All right, so we could get Tyler Scott in a 6th or Brian Allen in a 7th. Neither of those options are enticing to me, so we're not going to do that. We're going to keep him. I was just curious. Okay, let's see. We have... Who can we get some value for here? We're going to look at Cam Sutton. See what he's going to fetch. Alright, so we have Artie Griffin in a 5th. How about James Callahan in 2 7ths? I actually don't hate this trade. I do want to counter it, though, because I want to see what this guy looks like. James Callahan is a 6'6" left tackle who is a better pass blocker, which is fine. I actually like that. We don't have a left tackle on the roster. I think this move makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and pick up 2 extra 7ths next year. And that's fine. We're going to get Cam Sutton to the Texans and move on from that contract, save about $6 million in total. So now we can go look at free agents here. That's the only trade I want to make, I think. Let's sort by interest here and see what we can get. All right, so we have David Andrews, who could come in and start at center with A.J. Dillon. I really like that. A.J. Dillon, we love having a power back. Let's work to bring A.J. Dillon in. Let's see if we can give him 2.5 and 1.3. Let's make that happen. It's a decent offer. It's not going to blow out of the water, but I wanted to see what we could do there. Okay. We need middle linebackers. We need defensive tackles. Michael Pierce could be a good move. Good addition for the team. J.K. Scott is interested. Levi Wallace. Quez Watkins. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. We need speed. Quez Watkins gives us speed. I love it. That's exactly what I wanted. Justin Fields is a free agent, actually. Wow. Interesting. So is Zach Wilson. So is Drew Lock. We could bring Drew Lock back. Get rid of Russell Wilson and bring back Drew Lock, although it probably doesn't make much sense. But for the memes, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I love Drew Lock. He's the best. Justin Fields right now, man. Superstar development. Wow, that'd be fun if I was rebuilding the Broncos, but that's not a realistic rebuild. A.J. Dillon looking good. Who else could we get? Who's a little pass-catching back? Oh, could we pair A.J. Dillon with Antonio Gibson? Would that be fun? I think it would be. Or J.D. McKissick even. Let's see. Also, Kenny Nwangwu, 94 speed. Would be kind of fun. Raheem Mostert as well. Tyreek McAllister. What does he look like? Is he a receiving back? I don't know. It didn't show me from that angle. So let's look at change of direction here. Michael Carter looking pretty good. Carrying. We have Elijah Mitchell. I love Elijah Mitchell on this game. He's very, very good. Could also go after Jaylen Warren maybe. A little third down back. Let's see who can catch the best of all these guys. It's going to be J.D. McKissick, obviously. Cordero Patterson, Nyheim Hines. Yeah, Antonio Gibson seems like he might be the move. I don't know how much I'm going to have to pay him. Pretty similar to what we're paying A.J. Dillon. So let's see if we get A.J. Dillon first. Jerry Jeudy, DeAndre Hopkins, both available as well. We're already going after Quez Watkins here, 97 speed. Nobody else. Let's see if we can get a tight end. There's just nobody I want here. I would bring back... Could bring back Albert O. Would bring back Jody Fortson, but he doesn't seem too excited about that. We could just draft a guy. Left tackle, Garrett Bowles is interested, but we just got a tackle. He's not better, but... Ooh, we could try Jonah Williams here. That's going to take a lot of our bankroll, though. Although... probably not that bad of a thing, but we do need to improve the defense, which is what I'm most focused on. Yeah, I'm trying to decide, what do we think here? I think we try to maybe upgrade from DJ Jones to either Michael Pierce or Eric Armstead. I think Michael Pierce probably makes more sense, just because he's probably going to be cheaper. I would be wrong about that. They're about the same price. So I'm not sure we're going to be able to really upgrade the D-tackle position, but we could bring in somebody like Tristan Hill, who's probably way cheaper. Yeah, let's try Tristan Hill here. Him and Javon Kinlaw could be a good pairing. I know we need left ends as well. Danico Autry is interested. No one's really that interested, to be honest with you. But that doesn't mean we can't get somebody. Like Zadarius Smith, maybe? No, that would put us in... That's too much money. Could get a right end and put him at left. Sweat's going to be too expensive. I don't really see any of these other guys working too well. So let's move on to linebacker here. Drew Tranquil. We have decent outside linebackers. We need a depth piece at middle linebacker. We could... Okay, we don't want Diablo, Anthony Walker. Let's look at speed here. See if we can get some fast linebacker that's interested. Derek Barnes from Purdue. Could be an interesting piece. Landon Collins is always good. Ben Burke-Hervin. I've had him before. Let's look at Anthony Walker here. What's he going to cost us? Not a lot. See if we can get this down just a bit. We'll try Anthony Walker. We just need a piece there. Really just a second guy. Cornerback. Is anybody interested? Really? Keeson Nixon. Interesting. Nobody that has really like dynamic speed. Michael Ojemudia, could bring him back. Former Bronco as well. Just none of these guys are going to see the field, so no point to really pay up. Although Eric Stokes is an interesting one because he is... Why won't it let me click him? He's 95 speed, but it wouldn't let me... I don't know, it's not letting me click on his name for some reason. Oh, it's because I have 5 active negotiations. There's nothing else I can do this part of the cycle. So... Strong safety is going to be in an area where we're looking to upgrade as well. If we can get somebody over... I mean, nobody wants to... I'm shocked nobody wants to come to Denver here. Because we are straight up starting a 69 overall at that position right now. So we'll see where these big offensive linemen go. Top 3 guys on the board, all offensive linemen here. Then a couple receivers and skill position players as we get down the board. Alright, do we want to make any other trades here? I don't think so. Let's just get into it. Week 2. I know we're already at 30 minutes. I'll probably break this video up in 2 parts. This one being the off-season moves, the free agency, and then the next one being a draft-specific video. I think that makes the most sense. However, I will highlight the mock drafts as they come through. Still have us taking Jose Rogers. It's probably not a bad idea to do that. The problem with that is... we have a bajillion other positional needs, and I want to get that wide receiver from Oklahoma. So we're probably going to trade back in the first round of the draft. College Pro Day results are in. I will say, let's see what this guy is looking like. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's pretty decent. Pretty decent. We'll definitely be interested in that. I'm not sure where all the wide receivers are in the mock draft. However, I do want to see what he ran at his pro day. Another 4.39. Yeah. Just a really, really good player, I think. I'm very excited about having him on the team potentially. Like I said, we'll get into the draft stuff earlier. I'm going to do a whole scouting overview of see what we're kind of looking at here. But for right now, it's free agency. Let's see if we sign anybody. All right, we signed Quez Watkins, Tristan Hill, and Drew Lock. However, we have not signed A.J. Dillon or Anthony Walker yet. I might use a late-round pick on another running back. Keep Tyler Beatty on the roster, and then go with A.J. Dillon here as my main guy. That seems like a good idea. I am going to need to get a kicker and a punter. Wyatt Teller goes for big money to... the Jacksonville Jaguars. We need kickers and punters here. Unfortunately. I'm going to go back and bring back my guy, I think. Unless Chase McLaughlin is kind of interested. 96 kick power. What's his price point going to be? 2 years. 2 mil with a 1.2 signing. I kind of like the kicker we had last year. He was pretty good. Aubrey's got good kick power. Ben Sharp from Utah, 68 kick accuracy, baby. Jake Veretti, Howie Carmichael. Where's our boy James McCourt? Only 67. If we can get a better guy, like Jake Veretti is a better version of James McCourt, and he's gonna be about the same price. We're gonna try. Oh, whoa. We're gonna try that. See if we can't get Jake Veretti as our kicker. Punter, we're kind of in the same. Ryan Stonehouse out of Colorado State. Good Lord. This man has 99 punt power. I don't know if I want to invest that much in a punter when I think we need to be on offense more anyways. I do like J.K. Scott, however. What's his price point going to be? A little better. We can roll with this. We can roll with J.K. Scott. We can see if that offer's good enough. If not, let's look at some guys down the board a little further. Yeah, I mean, Trenton Gill, Ricky Kaufman. There's some guys. It's just punting at the end of the day. It's not that big of a deal. We got our quarterback back up. It doesn't look like anybody's really interested in Javonte Williams, which is kind of crazy. We're going to kind of put our money in A.J. Dillon. We could also go after someone else. Does it show offers on here or no? This is signed. The only running back signed is Britton Brown. It doesn't make sense. Any quarterback signed? No. Why is it not showing me people who are signed? Jerry Jeudy to the Rams. Wow. He gets to play with another second-year quarterback, Amani Huff, Rookie of the Year. DeAndre Hopkins back to the Cardinals. Interesting. Elijah Moore to the Jags. And Njoku to the Cardinals as well. Wyatt Teller to the Jags. Zadarius Smith to the Jags. Eric Armstead to the Rams. Josh Sweat to the Eagles. Don't really matter. No, none of these guys are huge names. Caden Stearns does go to the Cowboys, though. Yikes. Hate losing him. Regardless, I think we have our offers that we want to keep out there. We need a kicker, punter, linebacker depth, and a running back. A feature running back, I will say. In A.J. Dillon, who I do like a lot. Let's see. We're going to advance to stage 3. Can we get a little bit of A.J. Dillon here? Please tell me we did. As Joel Bitonio signs with... This is Rams and the Jags in this free agency. Javonte Williams to the Vikings. Very interesting. A.J. Dillon still not signed yet. He is the only player we haven't signed. We do go ahead and pick up J.K. Scott, Anthony Walker, and we picked up Jake Verity as well. Should we up our offer on A.J. Dillon? I do love A.J. Dillon. Let's see if we can get him to 1.6. We'll just see if that pushes it over the needle. It's only a couple $100,000 extra, and I need a running back now that Javonte Williams has signed with the Minnesota Vikings, and Samaje Perine also is no longer on the team, so we're going to have to invest in some running backs here, and let's just take a look. I didn't mean to click Manage Team. I meant to hit Manage Roster here. I just want to show this to you guys right before I get into the draft stuff here, and the reason why is because I want to go to this screen, which kind of shows like the future outlook of our team. And like right now, the depth chart's not set, which is annoying because we just traded for that left tackle. We're obviously weak at wide receiver, but we do get Quez Watkins, who's not going to show up on this list. We hopefully can get A.J. Dillon to pair with these guys. So it's not looking... We have some places we can upgrade for sure, right? We have good linebacking core. Really, really good linebacking core. Very happy with that. Good defensive line, kind of, for the most part. We could definitely use another left linebacker. And then J.L. Skinner, who's not developing the way I want him to. So we need another safety for sure. Strong safety is going to be an interesting point of contention with this team in this offseason. But for now, we just upgraded A.J. Dillon's roster, or up his offer. Let's see if we can get him here so I can get into the draft, please. Please, A.J. Dillon, come to Denver. Come to Denver. Come to Denver. Let's go. Let's go. A.J. Dillon, the newest Denver Bronco. Incredible. I am very happy with that signing. We have our featured running back. I'm going to have to adjust some numbers because Drew Lock's going to have to go back to number 3. Probably going to try to get rid of Russell Wilson in some way. And here's mock draft number 5. As you can see, it's Jose Rogers again. I think we're going to be trading down from that spot. I really do. But we'll get more into the draft in just a second here. I'm going to actually stop the video here right before I get into this private workout section. So as I mentioned earlier, just follow, keep it updated. That way you guys get notifications when these go live. But I am out of this one. We're going to jump right into the draft one, though, and I'll just record that as a second video so it's not too long for you guys. So see you in the next one.